Bint Jbeil is now the battlefield. Israeli forces have sealed it off for days, militants trapped, escape attempts cut down. Hezbollah keeps firing rockets in response. One town, two forces closing in. So why has this small Lebanese town become the focal point of a widening war? Israeli forces have tightened their grip on the southern Lebanese town of Bint Jbeil, encircling it for a third consecutive day in what is emerging as the central battlefield of the current Israel-Hezbollah conflict. According to Israeli military assessments, dozens of Hezbollah militants remain trapped inside the town as ground forces continue to advance and dismantle what they describe as key militant infrastructure. Some militants, caught off guard by the rapid encirclement, reportedly attempted to flee but were killed while trying to escape. The Israeli military says it is now establishing a security zone in the area with evacuation warnings already issued. Officials have indicated that anyone remaining inside the designated zone is being treated as a combatant. The shift in focus is significant. Pressure that had previously centered on Beirut has now moved decisively to Bint Jbeil, a town that holds both strategic and symbolic importance. Located just a few kilometers from the Israeli border, it has long been a stronghold of Hezbollah. Israeli officials believe that the recent surge in rocket fire from Lebanon is directly tied to the battle unfolding there. On April 10th alone, around 30 rockets were launched towards northern Israel, injuring at least 4 people and causing damage across multiple locations. Fires were reported in Metula and Nahariya, while buildings were hit in Misgavam. Air raid sirens were triggered repeatedly, sounding at least 29 times across 39 different areas, including major cities such as Tel Aviv and Ashdod. Hezbollah, for its part, has signaled no intention of backing down.
The attacks were conducted in defense of Lebanon and its people, and will continue until the Israeli-American aggression against our country stops.
The group claims to have carried out 47 separate attacks within hours, targeting Israeli settlements, military positions, and vehicles. The escalation comes against a complex diplomatic backdrop. Iran, Hezbollah's key backer, has sent mixed signals on a potential ceasefire. While some indications suggest Tehran may be open to limiting Israeli strikes on Beirut and its southern suburbs, senior Iranian officials have publicly insisted on a full ceasefire across Lebanon. Meanwhile, the humanitarian toll continues to rise. Lebanese civil defense reports that at least 303 people have been killed and more than 1,150 injured since Israel expanded its assault earlier this week. Efforts to de-escalate are underway. Now, as Israeli forces press forward and Hezbollah intensifies its response, the fight for this town is shaping not just the course of the battle, but the direction of the wider conflict. Hezbollah has continued its cross-border assault on northern Israel, launching drones, rockets, and missiles in a new wave of attacks as fighting on the Lebanon front intensifies. The Lebanese armed group said its fighters targeted the Israeli settlement of Kiryat Shmona with a squadron of attack drones on Friday, while additional missile strikes hit the northern communities of Metula, Margaliot, and Misgav Am. Hezbollah also claimed to have struck Israeli troops near the Qiyam detention center in southern Lebanon.
Hezbollah struck a gathering of Israeli enemy soldiers east of the Qiyam detention center in southern Lebanon with a missile.
Separately, Hezbollah launched a barrage of 5 rockets toward the northern Israeli city of Carmiel. The Israeli military said all 5 rockets were intercepted and no injuries were reported. Israeli forces, meanwhile, say they are expanding operations inside southern Lebanon. According to the IDF, more than 200 Hezbollah fighters were killed over the past week, and 50 infrastructure sites were destroyed during ongoing operations.
More than 200 launchers have been destroyed and hundreds of artillery operatives have been eliminated since the start of the campaign against the terrorist organization Hezbollah. In addition, more than 250 Hezbollah terrorist organization artillery operatives have been eliminated, including 15 commanders responsible for artillery arrays in various sectors.
The IDF said one recent strike targeted a Hezbollah cell near troops operating in southern Lebanon, while another hit fighters attempting to flee in a vehicle after taking cover in vegetation. As fighting escalates, controversy is growing over Israeli strikes on emergency services in Lebanon. Lebanon's national news agency reported that several ambulances and fire trucks were hit in an Israeli airstrike on Deir Khanun Ras Al Ain in southern Lebanon. The strike came after Israeli military spokesperson Avichai Adrei accused Hezbollah of using ambulances and medical infrastructure for military purposes, though Israel has not publicly provided evidence for the claim. In a post on X, Adrei stated that Israel will act in accordance with international law against any military activity carried out by Hezbollah, including using medical facilities and ambulances.
Urgent and dangerous warning. We reiterate that within the framework of its terrorist activities, Hezbollah is making extensive military use of ambulances. Based on this, we warn once again that the military use of medical facilities and ambulances must be stopped immediately. And we emphasize that if this conduct is not halted, Israel will act in accordance with international law against any military activity carried out by the terrorist Hezbollah using those facilities and ambulances.
With Hezbollah maintaining sustained fire into northern Israel, Israel intensifying strikes across southern Lebanon, and civilian emergency infrastructure now caught in the crossfire, the Northern Front continues to move further from de-escalation and deeper into sustained regional conflict.